Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to WIzard101. My name is Free-to-Play Player, or F2PP for short. This is Flintcaster, and this Bruno, whose use I still do not know of yet. At any rate, we are here to start on the main storyline again after getting to level 10, and we are trying to convince our teacher to help us out. He has sent us on an important mission, hopefully to gather something that is actually going to help. Spoilers, it's not. At any rate, we're right next to Ivan here. Hey Ivan, what do you think? Yeah, I get you, buddy. I get you. Alright, so let's go ahead and head out. School life, yes. And we're now going to... We're supposed to talk to him. I thought we already talked to him. Oh, that's right. We actually didn't talk to him. Okay. Well, I ended up doing that wrong then. Hold on.
What do you want?
Professor Drake sneers at the ransom note.
Here. Take this message to Victor Darkwood, the robe shopkeeper. Be quick about it. Time is of the essence here.
Okay. Now we're doing what I said earlier. Okay, that's a bit embarrassing. Okay, at any rate, here we go. We're going to move and talk to Victor Darkwood, in the shopping district. I wonder what the heck a robe shopkeeper would be able to do. Maybe he's going to give us a robe that'll make us more powerful. Maybe he has a cloak that'll make us invisible to search out and find the missing students. If only. At any rate, here we go.
Ah, a message from Professor Drake. Yes, I've been expecting you. You'll need to hurry back with this.
The shopkeeper retrieves a large sack and hands it to you.
Here you go. Professor Drake's laundry, freshly cleaned and pressed. And don't let it drag on the pavement now.
Okay. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to defend this. It really is. Granted, I know a lot more about Professor Drake, obviously, because I've gotten far enough in the game where you get to see him act more as a person instead of just yeah. But like for right now, it's really hard to defend this kind of what's going on right here.
That certainly took you long enough.
Professor Drake shakes his head at you.
You're still worried about those missing students? Yes, well, this is definitely a problem. Take this message to the headmaster. That should resolve things to my satisfaction.
Well, at least with the letter to the headmaster, hopefully that will solve things. I mean, it is Merle Ambrose. He's probably got a load of ideas. Actually, why didn't we just go to the headmaster to begin with? That's a good question. At any rate, let's move.
Ah, young wizard, it's good to see you. You have a note for me. Let's see it.
The headmaster reads Professor Drake's note.
I will not expel you from the Ravenwood School of Magical Arts, regardless of what Professor Drake thinks of you. You are not responsible for the problems on Cyclops Lane. General Achilles and his men promised to drive out the trolls. Now, Achilles has gone back on his word. I fear there is something more sinister behind Achilles' change of heart. This M is to blame. We will need to know more. Drake is of no use here, but you have been most helpful. Go back to Nolan Stormgate and help him straighten this out. I brewed up this potion especially for Bartleby, the tree in the center of Ravenwood. He hasn't been feeling well lately. He has trouble remembering things since his eye was stolen.
The headmaster gives you a bottle with a bubbling blue elixir inside.
Take the potion over to Bartleby and see what happens. Take note of anything he says.
For the moment, we're actually going to decline that, because I don't want it filling my inventory, quest book, when I'm working on main story quests. Alright, here we go. Now, let's see. So, is there anything to really talk about? Yes, actually. There's, I heard, I'm pretty sure this has been out for a while, but apparently NASA is working on the Gateway, which is very exciting. The possibility of a moon colony, or, you know, being able to get to the moon and start actually building a base is so cool, ain't it? It's amazing. I mean, just think about this. Less than 50 years ago, something like this would not have been possible, or at least it wouldn't have been thought of. Sure, we had the whole, you know, space race. We ended up beating, well, the Americans ended up beating Soviet Russia. And it just, well, hold on, let me, before I continue to travel on, let's go ahead and do this dialogue.
Well, I wasn't expecting Professor Drake to leave everything to us. He must really trust me. Professor Drake is expecting big things. The Cyclops General Achilles wrote the note, so we need to reach his keep. But to do that, we need a gate pass. Maybe, can you steal one from the war horns? All you have to do is defeat some. Yeah, that should be easy enough.
They're called war horns for a reason, I'm assuming. Yeah, whatever. Forward. Oh, anyway, back to Finland. Basically, the idea is they put a, basically a space station-esque satellite, over, the moon. And it orbits the moon, with landers that attach, that can go down and then go back up. So, reusable ones. This would mean that people getting to and from the moon would be a lot simpler, in the long term. Go ahead and use a golem here. Now, because the Warhorn is myth, it will resist myth spells. So, the golem... Oh, frame drop. Massive frame drop. Oh dear, I hope that didn't affect the recording too much. Anyway. As I was saying, one of the big things is, well, one of the big implications of what's going on is I'm just geeking out about this. I really am just geeking out about this. But one of the biggest implications is on a political level. Because, well, when you think about it, there's... There we go. Is the political level that if America is able to get onto the moon first, it could very well lead to a power shift. Now, I'm not really big on politics, so I'm not going to go really far into that. What I am going to say, though, is that because of this, humanity as a whole is closer to getting just closer to galactic, to being able to spread on a galactic scale. Now, granted, it's early stages, but it's still something, and it's amazing. But, I mean, that's, you know, the talk of the town right now. Granted, I did wind up hearing something else that's interesting. Apparently there's talk of building... There's talk of building city. Now, I haven't been able to find too much information on it yet. I'm gonna do a little bit more looking into it. But it's a very novel idea, I think. I mean, the fact that it hasn't been hinted before is sort of surprising. But, you know, it's one of those things I think that, you know, could ultimately be beneficial. Mainly for, you know, population density. People are able to build, you know, if you built cities on water, it would be, you know, less population on land. Having said that, the main issue I can see with that type of idea is what kind of government would be in those cities, because I can imagine that it would have to be very regulated, mainly for concept of pollution, because if you're on a floating city, you'd have to be very, very careful with what your waste disposal and all that. So, like, what does that mean? Like, what would that mean on the local government level for those particular cities? And let's,
You got the pass! Great job! I'm glad I thought of that. With your magic and my brains, we make an unstoppable team. Okay, here's my plan. Show your pass to the guard, Romulus, outside the keep at the end of the street, and he'll let you in. He's not too bright. Then you must challenge General Achilles in combat. Cyclopses are honor-bound. According to the Cyclops Code of Honor, he can't refuse to fight you. See where I'm going? Even if someone is telling Achilles to hold the students hostage, once you defeat him in battle, he will be honor-bound to free them. All you have to do is beat him.
okay. A lot of frame drops. Alright. Well, now we just gotta defeat... and admittedly, I'm not really about this. What type of equipment am I wearing? I am in level 5 stuff. Before we face Achilles, I'm gonna go ahead and head to the bazaar. How much gold do we have? 1,000... do we have a lot to sell? We have a lot to sell. I don't know. I got a little pop-up here that I'm trying to avoid going into because, well, it's kind of annoying, admittedly. Hold on. But it's a little pop. I don't know. I've been getting this bite sense scan detection thing, and I don't even have any software for it. So it's either an ad, which I'm assuming is the case, or it's a scam. One of the two. I suppose they're both rather interchangeable when you think about it. At any rate, let's go ahead and get into trade. I really hope that's not showing up on the recording. Oh, we got a few things to sell. Well, I don't really need the attack, so no. That's the same thing I'm wearing. Robe of all trades. Boots. Wow, okay, you can't sell it. That's a bit strange. Death banner. I certainly don't need that. Need a royal bed. Weird. Sell that, because I don't require it. Attack, I don't use attack. I suppose there's something to be said to keeping the heals, but we're good. I'll keep the pet snacks, and I will keep the crafting stuff just in case we need to craft certain items. Let's go into buy stuff. Okay. Okay, this is rather annoying because the pop-up is